Welcome back, everybody. If it's your first time here, please hit that subscribe and like button. We're going to make some money all season long. We're up about 15 units so far on the season. I got Big Mike Rader in the house. We're going to talk about Ravens at Browns. Pretty much pick them. Ravens are plus 1.5 at the moment. That's probably going to change in some way, either side, at some point by game time on Sunday. Over-under set at 39.5. You would think with these two teams, the way the defenses have been playing and the way the offenses have been playing, that you got to look at an under in this game, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's a little low. So right around 40, I could definitely see it going over, on like some fluky, 23-20 type of game.
That's exactly what I had in my mind.
So yeah. And I'm a Ravens fan, but I'm worried about this one. It feels like the Ravens have been having the same exact season for the last 10 years. We get off to, a good start in terms of winning games, but it's kind of sloppy. And then we start losing some close games, field goal games. It comes down to execution, late game, time management, things like that, running the clock. We're just not able to do it. It happens every year towards the the middle of the season. We just have a bunch of games like that. And of course, it's the perfect matchup for that style of game going against this Browns team. It's always that type of game in these divisional matchups in the AFC North. But especially this year with this Browns defense playing out of this world right now. We saw the Bengals finally put it together on Monday night, at least a little bit. I mean, they only put up 19 points, but their offense was moving the ball. So it looks like they're a little bit back to normal. So that makes the Browns defense, what they did week 1 to the Bengals, look even better. And then obviously, you had the Steelers, not the best team, and the Titans, not the best team. So I don't know how much stock I put in how good they're playing, but they're definitely executing well. They've only allowed 1 touchdown. No matter who you're playing against, allowing 1 touchdown in 3 games is great. I think the Titans took the first snap in the red zone against the Browns defense this season, and that was week 3. So, all credit to them for sure. I just don't know how much stock I can put into it. I got to see them do it against some better comp. And this might be the game where they show that they really are legit.
Yeah. And this is a division matchup. This is the AFC North, the black and blue division. Like it's hard-nosed football, and it's never changed. As much as football's changed over the years, you're going to get that hard-nosed type of game, and this is a perfect scenario for both teams defensively to kind of stifle each other on offense. And like you said, the Ravens offense hasn't really gotten things going, and that's particularly because of the run game. Side note, we talked about it off air. I would like to see the Ravens go for like a Jonathan Taylor in a trade, and I know that Patrick Queen was kind of on the market for a trade. And, it's been a lot of rumors. You can't really take too much of rumors. You can't really put too much invested in rumors. But a Jonathan Taylor for a you send Patrick Queen and maybe a mid-round pick or a third-round pick for Jonathan Taylor. You get that run game going once again. You got that guy in the backfield who's kind of a bell cow and a game breaker to put. You're muted, bro.
No, I was gonna say, and demands attention from the defense and whatnot too.
Right.
So
and I think like something like that will get the Ravens offense going finally, right? I know it's a new offensive coordinator. To my knowledge, he wants to run like a 10 personnel, which is one running back, and then like no tight ends, which is not really their personnel as of right now. 10, 11 personnel. Usually
but
run 2 tight end sets and stuff like that.
Yeah, but Mark Andrews can go outside, so I mean, it can work with the personnel. It's not like it's not like we have 2 legit studs at tight end right now where we got to mix both of them in. But he can kind of play the H. You know what I mean? He can get in the slot and things like that. So it can work. You know what I mean? They just got to put it all together. But you do need that one, that guy, if you're going to be running that at running back, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And right now they just don't have it. So for me to invest anything in the Ravens offense, it's tough for me to do, right? I will say this. I did see the passing props for Lamar Jackson. It's over 185. It's a minus 115. That's a low number, right? Anything under 200, it's like, okay, you got to take a stab at it, to me, in my personal opinion. In today's league, where it's a primarily a passing league. Now I know that Lamar Jackson is struggling, but to me, I think he gets he gets kind of a raw deal as far as his ability to sling the rock, and I think that he's a better quarterback than most people think. I like the 185 over 185 and a half. We haven't had a reason to kind of believe that all season, but anything under 200 is like you got to grab it. You got to go for it. So minus 115 for Lamar Jackson on the over for passing.
Yeah, no, I like that pick too as well because, like you said, I mean they don't have that guy to just run the ball. And Gus Edwards, he's probable right now, but he had a concussion, so he's in protocol. So
Yep.
we're thinking he's going to play, but that can always change by Sunday. And then they got Justin Hill. He's on the Justice Hill. He's on the injury report as well. So the only time he didn't go over 200, he had 169 week 1 against the Texans, and that was the first week with this new offense. That was there was a lot of sloppy play in the first half where he was figuring shit out. And also that was J.K. Dobbins. He was healthy for that game, and he was killing. So we didn't really need to pass the ball that much. He only had 22 attempts. In the last 2 games, he's had over 30 attempts in both games, and he's gone over at least 200 yards in both of those. So, I could definitely see this. The one thing that's dropping the over under 200 yards at the price it's set is probably the fact that this Browns defense has looked so good so far.
That is true. And you really do have to consider that. But like I said, man, anything under 200 is like, man, you have to go for it, especially a guy as dynamic, a playmaker as Lamar Jackson is. You really got to think that he's going to get things going at some point.
Yeah, no, I definitely would have to agree with that. The other guy I want to attack is Zay Flowers. I mean, he seems like he's his favorite target for sure. He's gotten, I think it was like 7 catches week 1, 4 week 2, 9 week 3. I don't see his numbers yet for receptions, but I definitely want to attack that whenever it does come out. I just don't see a number yet. So as long as it's anywhere around 3.5, 4.5. I'll probably take it. I don't think it'll be up in the 5.5s. If it is, then I gotta kind of consider it a little more. But I think they'll give us probably maybe 4.5, and I definitely will take a stab at that. So check back on the Men of Order Sports Twitter page, MOO_sports, because that's where you'll find that, because it's just easier to keep track of all this injury stuff and not last second picks, but we gotta actually hear all this stuff out before we actually officialize these picks. So that's where those drop most of the time.
In real time, do you have the yards per catch for Zay Flowers?
For right now for the season, I can look it up.
Yeah, if you have yards per catch, well, the reason why I'm asking that is because if it is at 4.5, which kind of makes sense, the over under for yards for Zay Flowers, so minus 115, it's 51.5.
Okay,
I like that.
He's
number.
averaging about nine a pop right now, so you're right around there. So it'll probably be around 4.5 then on the catches. So yeah. No, I like that number too. Actually, the only time he didn't hit that was last week against the Colts. He had 8 catches for 48 yards, so he's right around there anyway. The other 2 games, 62 and 78 so far. I could definitely see that, especially with the running back room banged up. Mark Andrews hasn't looked fully himself yet. He's playing well. But he's the second favorite target at this point. Lamar loves Zay Flowers. He told the front office to go get him. So I think that was one of the keys for him staying and signing that long-term deal. So I think there's no reason to believe that Zay Flowers' progression drops anytime soon.
Yeah, no doubt. And Mark Andrews over 46.5. He hasn't really shown up much this season. I know he's been dealing with injury, but at some point he's going to get going too, right? That's Mark Andrews is one of the best tight ends in this league. I do like the minus the minus for minus 115. It's 46.5 for Mark Andrews for passing yards. Yeah,
and then at some point we got to talk about the Browns offense too, I guess here, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Obviously their defense has been their bread and butter so far. They've been shutting teams down, and that's why they're 2-1. They should be 3-0 if it wasn't for a bunch of offensive mistakes. But that's why I'm not really sure he's going to win this game, because we just we didn't really shit on the Ravens, but we said that there's a lot of room for improvement pretty much, and it's the same exact thing with the Browns. It looks like they're not going to really miss too much of a beat with Jerome Ford. He's playing pretty well. He didn't have many rushing yards last week, but they didn't really need to. But he got himself on the board again, I'm pretty sure, and so we'll see. I mean, obviously it's not Nick Chubb. I'm not trying to compare that at all, but it looks like he can be serviceable back there. So
and Jerome Ford, anytime touchdown score is a plus 125. That might be worth taking a look at. Another one that is pretty intriguing. I know that the Browns just signed Kareem Hunt, but this is a guy that is familiar with this Browns offense and knows pretty much how to run it. So it's not like he has to get acclimated. Maybe getting in football shape is what's gonna lower his volume as far as carries go. But I can see him getting on the board anytime touchdown, plus 265. That's pretty good. I could see Kareem Hunt getting on the board today, Sunday, for this game.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good value. I could definitely see that happening too.
Yeah.
I know we were flipping to the Browns offense, but I don't really have much else to say with that. But while we were on the touchdown topic, what's Lamar Jackson's out of curiosity?
Lamar Jackson, anytime touchdown score is plus 125.
I think
Touchdown.
Go ahead.
First touchdown is plus 600.
Yeah, I think that's worth consideration. Anytime touchdown, especially. I mean, he had 2 last week, so it seems like when they get down close, because of this running back room situation, it seems like they might be trusting their veteran here, which it's crazy to say, but Lamar Jackson already, he's there. He's a veteran at this point with this younger squad on offense. So
right.
The one other, go ahead.
You might be saying the same thing. I'm gonna let you go for it, man. Go for it.
All right. The one other thing that you always got to look at in these AFC North matchups is the kicker props. Is that what you're going to go for?
Yep.
All right. Yep. See, you're on the same page here. I think both of them are worth a shot. If you want to pick your favorite, go for it. Flip a coin, whatever you want to do. If you don't want to take both, flip a coin for who's your favorite here, or whichever one you like better. I don't know, because I think both can easily hit. The one thing that scares me is the Ravens. They've been very good in the red zone. They're actually like second or third right now. And they're scoring a touchdown like 75% of the time they get down there. But that Browns defense might not let them get all the way to the red zone. They might get stopped around the 40, 35, and Justin Tucker's still good for those. So, I mean, this might be worth parlaying both of them, might be worth taking both as straights. I think they're definitely both worth a consideration. So one of those at least will make it to the official picks on Sunday, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I like both, to be honest. If you want to do something on the side, kind of parlay both kickers, it's a over 1.5. It's a plus 105 for Dustin Hopkins, plus 120 for Justin Tucker. Parlay both, a little kicker parlay, have a little fun with it.
We're 1 for 1, I think, on the kicker parlay so far.
Yeah. I like both. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like both.
I mean, it's an AFC North matchup, dude. Those always come through most of the time in these situations. So that's definitely worth a pick. Anything else you got in this game?
That's about it, man.
Yeah, that's all I got as well. Make sure you catch our episode on the Commanders and the Eagles, which dropped earlier today. So I'm going to link that right up there. Actually, it's going to be probably over there. So make sure you guys check that out. And also, we're going to be back tomorrow with the Raiders and Chargers game, as well as the much anticipated Bills and Dolphins game, where the Dolphins are getting 3 points in Buffalo, which, that's a very intriguing matchup right there. That's a big same game parlay type of game right there. Definitely going to be a lot of offense, a lot of stats going on. So that's going to be a fun one to talk about. We're looking forward to that. So make sure you hit subscribe and make sure you tune in tomorrow as well for those picks. And we got Big Mike Grader in the house for the Raiders game. So you're going to get insights that you're not going to get from any other other betting channels into that Raiders game, because Big Mike Grader dives deep. Check out his YouTube. He's got film breakdowns and things like that as well. So definitely look forward to that as well.
Yep, definitely, no doubt, man.
Best of luck betting this weekend, everybody. And go Ravens, even though I don't have a ton of confidence in them. I think they probably lose this game. If I had to pick money line, I'm going Browns in this one. The defense looks pretty legit so far this season. So best of luck betting, though, everybody. And we'll be back. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.